Hello, Camila. How are you? Good evening.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. How was your weekend?
Was tranquila.
It was calm, relaxed.
Yes, relax.
Okay, that's good. Awesome. And your day so far? Tu día?
Sorry?
How was your day?
Oh, that was so tired.
Really? Why?
Yes, because my mom, 1 second, please. My mom me visitó.
Okay.
So we get pasear.
Oh, okay. So you went for a walk, maybe for a drive.
Tomar café.
Okay, just drink coffee. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, that's good. I mean, family visits is always a good way of spending the weekend or visiting relatives. Awesome. Good. And let's see. I wanted to ask you, did you have a chance to look at your assignments from person?
Yes. I finished
Okay.
the homework.
I owe you the new course ID, right?
Yes.
Okay. So yes, I need to give you the new one. Let me see if
Yes.
I have it. No, I don't have it. I need to create it. Okay. I will share that with you today or tomorrow morning, okay?
Okay.
So
No
you can
problem.
have it and you can have access. Okay. So awesome. Good. Good news. All right. So let's get started. So we started module 8 and we started the first unit. We need to complete the first unit. Okay. So that means we need to review some grammar today. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, give me just a second. All right, so non-action verbs. So what are non-action verbs? For example, are, hope, feel, want, know. Those verbs that have to do with something that is not a physical activity or verbs that have to do with the senses, with the 5 senses. But let's discuss them in details. Are you ready?
Yes.
Some verbs express actions. We can use them in the simple form or in the continuous form. Verb plus ing. Talia works for Newsline.
At the moment, she's working on the Crawford story.
Okay. So work is an action because it requires a physical activity, correct?
Okay.
It could be in the simple form or it could be in the continuous form.
Ok. Pero esos son los verbos con acciones, ¿verdad?
Sí, eso es solamente para diferenciar, ¿ok? Number 2.
Some verbs do not express actions. These verbs are called non-action or stative verbs. We usually do not use them in the continuous form, even when we are talking about something that is happening right now. Talia wants an explanation right now.
Okay. Any questions?
Ellos no llevan ing, ¿verdad?
Oh, that's a good question. Now, for example, Talia is wanting an explanation. No, we don't do this. Non-action verbs, we usually do not use them in the continuous form.
Pero sí se pueden presentar, pueden presentarse
There's
casos
some
específicos.
exceptions, yes. There could be some exceptions.
Ok.
3.
Non-action verbs can express many things. They can express feelings. Some examples are feel, like, love, and hate.
Nick loves soccer.
They can express thoughts. Some examples are think, understand, mean, know, believe, and remember.
I know all about it. What do you mean?
Non-action verbs can also express needs and preferences. Some examples are need, prefer, and want.
I don't want to worry you.
We can also use non-action verbs to talk about possessions. Some examples are have and own. Talia has a good job. We also use non-action verbs to talk about the 5 senses: sight, sound, smell, touch, and taste. Some examples of these are see, look, hear, sound, smell, feel, and taste. It sounds like you.
Nick looks worried.
Okay.
Teacher, ¿qué significa thoughts? No lo sé, no sé.
This one,
Yes.
thoughts. They can express thoughts, pensamientos.
Ok.
Y
qué
sin
es?
la S es el pasado de think, thought.
¿Por qué? Ok.
I'm sorry?
It tastes, tastes.
Taste, probar. Probar de el sentido del gusto, ¿ok?
Mm, ¿Qué se refiere con we also use non-action verbs to talk about the 5 senses?
Okay, because there are some rules about non-action verbs. Non-action verbs can be about feelings, feel, like, love, hate. Some of them are about thoughts, pensamientos. Por ejemplo, el verbo think, understand, mean, know, believe, and remember. Non-action verbs también pueden ser acerca de needs and preferences, necesidades y preferencias. Por ejemplo, need, prefer, want. También non-action verbs pueden ser acerca de possessions, have and own. Y el último, non-action verbs también involucran los 5 senses. Por ejemplo, ver, observar, escuchar, sound, smell, feel, and taste.
Sentidos, ¿verdad?
I'm sorry?
¿Son los sentidos?
Yes.
I get it. Thank you.
Okay. 4.
The verb be is usually a non-action verb. It describes how someone or something always is.
This is an old friend of mine from college.
Okay. Any questions?
¿Eso quiere decir que puede ser o no puede ser?
Okay. The verb be is usually a non-action verb. It describes how someone or something always is. Usualmente es un verbo que no involucra alguna acción. Usualmente. Rara vez va a ser en una acción.
Ok.
Okay. This is an old friend of mine from college. 5.
Some verbs can have both an action and a non-action meaning. Talia is having breakfast. In this sentence, have means eat, and it is an action verb.
Talia has a microwave oven.
In this sentence, have means own, and it is a non-action verb.
Okay.
Okay.
Any questions?
Mm, no.
Okay, let's do some work. Okay, so non-action verbs, complete each dialogue, click on the box and choose the correct answer.
Hi, what's up? Oh, mm, I work. Creo que es I'm working. Ah, no, no entiendo eso.
Okay, is that something that is going on right now? Or is something that you do frequently? Or is something in the past?
Está pasando ahora.
Okay, good.
Dice, está bien. Um, do you want to take a break? Do you want to take? I can't. I have too much to do. You work too hard, Talia. I think you work too hard, Talia. You're probably right. There's a good movie at the what? I know. I'd love to go. I just don't have time to go to the movies. Don't have. That's too bad. I'm getting some coffee. Would you like some? Sure, thanks. What's wrong? Why? Do you smell the cream? Oh, I thought it smelled bad, but it's okay. This tastes good. Yes, there is nothing like a good cup of coffee.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
All right, so What's wrong? Why do you smell the cream?
Really?
In this sentence, a smell is an action verb. You need the present continuous form to talk about something that is happening right now. Remember, in the explanation, it says usually. Usually, we don't use them in the continuous form, but there are some exceptions. So what will be the correct answer here? I'll show you.
Teacher.
Yes.
Entonces cuando, ¿cómo digo? Cuando el verbo está expresando una acción, puede ir con ing.
Yes. Si es algo que está ocurriendo en esos momentos, se pone, ¿ok? Pero también tiene que tener sentido. ¿Recuerdas ese ejemplo que decía, I'm having a headache tomorrow? You don't say that, having a headache. O I'm having a headache today. Ese tipo de ejemplos no son válidos, ¿vale?
Okay.
All right, so let's see. Give me just a second. Let's do another exercise. Are you ready?
Yes.
Complete the dialogue. Type the simple present or present continuous form of the verb in parentheses into each blank. Okay? So you have to be careful. Use the simple present or present continuous, okay?
I spoke to Nick. Okay. I spoke to Nick Crawford today. I think that he he is being yes, too honest to lie. Really? Yes, I really believe him.
Okay.
Believe. Someone want
Want?
to have alguien sería como tercera persona
Okay.
o no.
Well, someone is a third person, right?
Okay. So, someone wants to hurt him. Someone is trying to destroy his career. But what about the voice on the recording? Well, it's certainly
Okay, certainly.
sounds like him. But he is is too nice of a guy to take a bribe. ¿Qué significa? ¿Qué quiere decir con too nice of a guy?
Es una persona muy agradable.
Como para tomar.
Yes. O una persona muy buena como para tomar un soborno.
Okay. What are you mean? What are you mean?
It's a question.
Meaning.
What are you mean?
What mm, what do you mean? Or what do you meaning? Pero puedo utilizar
Do?
el are si uso el meaning. ¿O no?
Okay. We can try it.
Too nice. What
Tú me dices.
give me 1 second, please.
¿Lo dejamos así?
Yes, así. What do you mean? It's too nice.
Okay.
Mm, Are you are? No, ese está muy difícil, teacher. Vamos a ver. ¿Qué significa let's?
Deja.
Are you letting your emotions color your judgment?
Okay. Are you letting?
Yes. No sé si existe la palabra letting, pero creo que sí existe.
Yes. Yes, it does.
Of course not. I just know he's innocent, that's all. Well, I don't understand. Mm. ¿Qué significa prof?
Proof. Prueba.
Um, do you have any proof?
Any proof? Do you have?
Do you have any proof?
Okay.
Not yet, but I'm working on it. I'm working.
But I am. Oops.
Working. The Soccer Federation
It would be in the continuous form.
yes are putting pressure are putting
Mhm. The Soccer Federation are or is?
mm, 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 The Soccer Federation no son ellos.
Es como una entidad sólida. Uno
Okay.
solo.
Okay. Is putting pressure on the coach to take Nick out of the game next week. I have to get some proof in quickly. You really like this guy, don't you?
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's see.
Uh,
Not bad.
Wow.
I
Thank
spoke
you.
to Nick Crawford today. I think that he is too honest. Ya no debimos haber puesto esto. Porque cuando dices está siendo muy honesto, es porque tal vez él está explicando y diciendo y está haciendo la acción de ser honesto. Pero no va por ahí.
Ok. Sí, es
Okay.
que yo pensé que está haciendo.
Right. Okay. Let's go over the next grammar section, okay?
Okay.
Modals of request. Could you lend? Would you mind lending? Okay. So we can use modals request cuando hacemos una solicitud. Let's talk about this in detail. Number one, are you ready?
Yes.
We can make a request with will, can, would, or could, plus a subject and the base form of the verb. Will you come here for a minute?
Can you come here for a minute?
Would you come here for a minute?
Could you come here for a minute?
Okay. Any questions?
Mm, no.
No? So notice that you can use a modal and use the base form of the verb, right?
Okay.
Number two.
Will and can are informal. For example, Nick and the coach know each other very well. They have a relaxed, friendly relationship. Nick makes a request with can.
Coach, can you come here for a minute?
Could and would are more polite. For example, the coach is speaking to Dean, Nick, and Talia. He doesn't know Talia. The coach makes a request with would.
Would you excuse us, please?
Okay. Any questions about this?
No.
Okay. Three.
We can also make requests more polite by using please. Please can go before the base form of the verb. Would you please call me tonight? Please can also go at the end of the request.
Would you excuse us, please?
Okay. Any questions?
No.
All right, number four.
Another way to make a polite request is to start the sentence with would you mind plus the gerund. Remember, the gerund is formed with the verb plus ing.
Would you mind coming here for a minute?
We do not usually use please with would you mind.
Okay.
Mm.
Any questions?
Would you mind es, ¿qué significa?
¿Te importaría? Okay.
No questions.
All right. Oops. 5.
We usually agree to a request with words like yes, sure, certainly, and of course.
Can you come here for a minute? Sure.
We agree to a would you mind request with not at all.
Would you mind excusing us for a minute?
Not at all. Not at all means it's okay, I'll do it. A yes answer to a request with would you mind means it's not okay, I won't do it. When we say no to a request, we usually apologize and give a reason. Amy, can you come here for a minute? Sorry, I'm on the phone. We never use could and would in short answers to requests. Could you help me carry this? Sure.
Okay. So we usually agree to a request with words like yes, sure, certainly, and of course. Not at all significa para nada.
Te iba a preguntar.
Okay.
Thank you.
So let's do some work. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So complete each dialogue, choose the correct answer.
Okay. Could you answer a few questions for me? Of course.
Okay.
Mm. Will you call me after work? Sure. Call. Would you please explain this? Certainly. What would you like to know? Certainly. Would you mind lending me a few dollars until tomorrow? Yes. Not at all. Is that enough? Can you please help me? Of course. Would you mind working late tonight? We still have a lot to do. Sorry, I can't. I have to meet my mother at the airport. Will you answer the phone, please? Sure. Could you finish, please? your reporting by Monday.
Okay. Remember, please goes at the end of a question or a statement. If you're using please in between, so it has to be here, right?
Mm, of course. Could you please? ¿Va entre el sujeto y el verbo?
El to pronoun and the verb, yes.
Okay.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Good. Don't forget to take a picture.
Yes.
Okay.
I do.
All right. So let's do another exercise. Give me just a second.
Okay.
So complete each sentence, drag and drop the answer into the correct blank.
Okay. Um. ¿Qué es light?
Lights,
Yes. The
luces,
light. Will you turn off the lights when you leave, please? We're trying to save electricity.
okay.
Would you mind helping me with this report? I'm having trouble with it. Would you mind? Yes. Can you ¿Qué es wallet?
Cartera,
Can you
billetera.
lend me $10? I forgot my wallet. ¿Qué es la lift? Lift this
Lift,
box.
levantar.
Okay. Could you come here for a minute? I want to ask you a question. Come here for a minute. Yes. Will you please mail this for me? Would you mind coming here for a minute? I'd like to show you something. Come in here. Will you help me lift this box? It's very heavy.
Okay. Are you ready?
Yes.
Okay. So we got this, right?
Yes.
Let's go now over the last grammar section. Give me just a second.
Okay.
Okay, so what's the difference between so and such? For example, so happy, such a nice day, such a difference. Let's listen to the examples. Are you ready?
Yes.
We use so and such to make a statement stronger. For example, we can say, Talia works hard, but we can also make a stronger statement and say, Talia works so hard. This means that Talia works very hard. There's another example. We can say, Talia is a hard worker. But we can make a stronger statement and say, Talia is such a hard worker. This means that Talia is a very hard worker.
Okay. At this point, we are only concentrating on so and such in different examples.
Mhm.
How do we know when to use each? That's what we're going to learn. Number 2.
We use
Teacher.
so before an adjective or an adverb.
Why would I do something so stupid?
Talia works so hard.
We use so before an adjective or an adverb. Okay. Remember, an adjective is a word that describes. Por ejemplo, en este caso es hard, difícil o duro. Okay. Or stupid.
Okay.
Number 3.
We use such before an adjective plus a noun. The noun can be singular or plural.
How can anyone believe such a ridiculous thing?
You need an indefinite article, a or an, before the adjective if it is singular.
Aquí ocurren varias cosas. Such lo usamos antes de un adjetivo más un sustantivo. ¿Cuál es mi adjetivo? Ridiculous. ¿Cuál es mi sustantivo? Cosa, thing. En este caso, necesitamos usar un article. ¿Qué significa? Una cosa ridícula. ¿Ok? How can anyone believe such a ridiculous thing? En pocas palabras, so and such tienen el mismo significado, pero dependiendo de la estructura gramatical, es como vamos a determinar cuál es la que vamos a usar.
Okay.
Okay. And let's do some work. That's pretty much it.
O sea que solo depende si hay un adjetivo y un noun o si hay un adjetivo o un verbo, ¿verdad?
Es cuando usas such. Pero no te olvides, si necesitas un article, pones a or an.
Yes.
Okay, so complete the dialogue, drag and drop the answers into the correct blank.
1 second, please. Okay. You know, coach, there is going to be a report about me on the news. I know. This is this is such a bad time. Bad time. Maybe I should talk to Talia. That's not such a good idea. Journalists are so dishonest. I'm sure some of them are fair, like Talia. Really? Okay. Is Talia. Such a good friend. Not really, I just know her from college. This situation is so terrible. Don't worry, Nick. We'll find out what's going on. This is this is such an important game. And we need you to be in it. We worked so hard and we're going to win.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
So, no questions.
No.
Let's go over the second exercise, okay?
Okay.
So and such number 2, complete the dialogue, type so, such, such a, or such an into the correct blanks. Don't forget, so, such, such a, such an into the correct blanks.
Okay. I'm so tired. I went dancing with some friends last night. We had such a good time. Teacher, ¿qué significa such? ¿Cómo?
Sorry, I was speaking on mute. What was the question?
Such, ¿qué significado tiene o cuáles tiene?
Por ejemplo, tuvimos un buen momento, ¿verdad? Such a good time. Un buen momento.
Sería como nosotros tuvimos como un buen momento.
Yes. Un buen momento.
Okay. But we stayed out too late. Oh, where did you go? To a new club on North Main. Everyone's talking about it. It was... ¿qué significa crowd? Crowded.
Crowd significa multitud, gente. Crowded se convierte en verbo en forma pasada, que significa lleno de gente o amontonado.
Okay. So crowded that I was afraid we wouldn't get in. So, who was playing there? The Blue Notes. They're such good musicians. No, musicians. Musicians.
Musicians.
Musicians.
Okay.
Have you ever heard them? No, I'm sorry, I wasn't there. Me too. You need to get out more. Why are you working so hard these days? Oh, between my job and my class, I don't have much free time. You're beginning to sound like your friend Talia. Speaking of Talia, how is she? Busy, as usual. She's working on a story about Nick Crawford. Crawford's such an amazing athlete, but the things people are saying about him are so terrible. I know, sorry, Josh, but I've got to go. Okay, hey, I'll let you know next time we go dancing. Bring Talia and I'll take you to dinner. Thank Josh. You're such a great friend. You're such a great friend. Yes.
Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Good. No problem, right? Pareciera que so and such significan lo mismo y pareciera que tienen una similitud con very. Y tal vez
Yes.
sí lo es. Sin embargo, recuerda que al igual que en español, en inglés también tenemos sinónimos.
Por ejemplo, como sinónimos.
¿Perdón?
Okay. Yes, I get it.
Okay, good. So now let's go over a pronunciation section, okay?
Okay.
So let's look at the examples. Stress can't and can.
The negative modal can't is always pronounced with a clear vowel sound. Can't, as in, he can't play. The affirmative modal can is pronounced two different ways. It is pronounced with a clear vowel at the end of a clause, such as, yes, she can. But when it comes before another word in the same clause, can is usually unstressed and the vowel is reduced. The pronunciation is short and weak. She can come.
Okay, so sometimes the can is unstressed. You can hear it, but very soft. Let's listen to some examples. Are you ready?
Yes.
Your coach can't verify this.
Of course he can't.
En este caso, sí hacemos stress y pronunciamos en forma negativa. Can't.
Can't.
You can't see a sprain on an x-ray.
He can't?
They can't do that. Yes, they can, but I'm not going to let them.
Aquí todavía can, podemos escucharlo un poco alto.
Yes.
A bribe? How can anyone believe such a ridiculous thing?
Then can you explain the tape?
En este ejemplo, can es parte de un statement alongado. En el caso anterior, como tenemos una coma, es por eso que se estresa más.
Okay.
I can really use the money. Coach, can you come here for a minute?
Okay. Any questions?
No.
Okay. Now let's go over the second pronunciation example. Vowel sounds in play and let's. Let's listen to the examples.
Listen to these words from the dialogue. The letters in blue have the sound A. The letters in purple have the sound E. Listen for the vowel sounds.
Okay. A, E, A, E.
Okay.
Play,
Late. Game.
straight,
Station.
Okay.
Let.
best,
Any.
pressure,
Yourself.
All right. Any questions?
No.
Okay. It's important that you take note, even if it's in Spanish, how you pronounce these words. Puedes escribir e. Why? In most dictionaries, whenever you need to pronounce words, they will give you this code. This code is universal when it comes to learning English, okay? So don't forget that. Either you memorize them or take notes so you can have the information as a reference whenever you need it, okay?
Okay.
And that's all for my behalf for today, Camila.
Okay.
And before you go, could you help me with the daily survey?
Yes. Listo.
Thank you so much, Cami. I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a good night.
Good night.
Good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.